I never really thought all that much about my handle training. I thought there was one surefire way to improve it, and I moved on. My handle was naturally pretty solid, but it's also gotten a lot better, and it's pretty damn tight now. I actually started looking more into handle training out of curiosity, and found out about a lot of different methods, including the ones I use. My handle training is pretty simple, and I'll get to that later on. But then there were some techniques and workouts where I was like, how does that do anything? Like the very basics of basic. Obviously, to a certain degree, pretty much anything will work, but there are some that outshine the rest by a lot. So I wanted to give you all my 2 cents about the do's and don'ts of handle training. With all that out of the way, let's get started. So let me get the big one out of the way. Seeing people try to say this method is anything even remotely useful is my biggest pet peeve in terms of the sport, and that's static drills. It doesn't work. Unless you have legit never touched a basketball in your life, it does next to nothing for you. If you're gonna do them, don't do control-based shit like spider dribbles or figure eights or anything like that. Do pound dribbles, at least that way you're building up some strength, resistance, and speed to dribble the ball quicker. Honestly, it probably helps your control more than control-based static dribbles, because if you're really putting that ball through the floor and trying to keep it controlled when it bounces back up, it's just gonna work you harder. That's probably 60% of the don't section right there. I seriously hate seeing people waste their time on static dribbles. Next don't, do not be afraid to put the ball on the floor. I've seen coaches talk about teaching their players not to dribble unless they're going for a layup. Like that's a good thing. It isn't. I'll get to why in a second. They teach their players to favor passing over dribbling, which yeah, I see the reasoning there. But then if you're going as far as I mentioned earlier, don't dribble unless you're going for a layup. What happens when your player has no open lane and no open passes? He stands there pivoting like an idiot until someone gets open, or the more likely outcome, he gets ripped. If there's no lane, there's no pass, use your dribble to create one. Drive and kick to a teammate in the corner, even just create space for your own shot, just keep the ball moving. Next don't look at the ball when you're dribbling. This one's obvious, you probably heard it 1,000 times. Not in game, not in practice, your eyes should always be scanning open space, selling a fake, or lock down the bucket. Pretty simple stuff. Moving on to the do's. Do use game situation drills. These ones are obvious. Set up a chair or two to replicate different scenarios, do combo reps, practice getting into your shot. Practice how you play, right? I didn't record any because the ground's so damn slippery I wouldn't even be able to do a normal crossover, so sorry about that. But moving on to our next do dribble at game speed. Actually scratch that, dribble faster than game speed. No joke, as fast as you can possibly go. Not as fast as you can go while keeping it in control. No, as fast as you can go. If you aren't occasionally losing the ball, you're not doing it fast enough. Same thing with dribbling hard. That's another reason pound dribbles are acceptable, is it teaches you to dribble harder regardless. Dribbling harder means the ball stays on your hand longer without it being a carry. That means you have more control. Next on my list of do's is do work on your agility. It's not helpful if you can rip the ball back in the blink of an eye if you don't go with it. So assuming that in game you're keeping the ball under control, which I would hope you are, the ball can only go as far and as fast as you do. So do those ladder drills. You can even do them with a ball if you want a bit of extra challenge. Strengthen that lower body, get your squats, get your box jumps, get your wall sits, you know? Basketball is a full body game. You need a strong lower body, you need a strong core, you need a strong upper body. Last do for today is do combo strings. Do them with both hands, do them at high speed and high intensity. Even the slow combos, like even if they have some type of pause or hezzy, you just tear through it anyway. Top speed always. Perfecting your combos can never hurt, and I've accidentally made up a bunch of new ones after coincidentally recovering a certain way at a certain point and realizing, damn, that was fucking awesome. Honestly, that's about it. That concludes my very surface level explanation on improving your handle. I really just wanted to cover the big ones because I swear to you that ball handling is probably the area where I see the most misconceptions. I feel like I might have talked about this already, but if I haven't, I'm going to make a video about contested shooting next time I get the chance. I think tomorrow's supposed to be nice, so hopefully that video will be out sometime tomorrow. But other than that, that's all from me. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.